The story I'm about to read you is a true story. That means it really happened. I feel it's an important story for those of us who live on the Great Lakes because it is a part of our history. The Christmas tree ship story happened over 100 years ago, on November 23, 1912. A fisherman named Captain Herman Schooneman lived on the northern part of Lake Michigan, and he had a fishing schooner named the Rouse Simmons. He fished all spring, summer, and fall, but when winter arrived, he turned the ship into the Christmas tree ship. Everyone in Chicago waited for Captain Herman and his crew to bring the trees to Chicago. Christmas doesn't even begin in Chicago until the Christmas tree ship arrives with Captain Santa. I must tell you, there is a very sad part to this story, really sad. But life is like that. There's sad things that happen, but from sad times, often good things come. So when we get to the sad part, just remember, it does have a happy ending. Let's begin. The Christmas Tree Ship by Jeanette Winter. Chop, chop, chop went the axes, cutting down spruce trees in the wintry northern woods. Each year, on the last day of November, Captain Herman and his crew cut trees to bring to the city in time for Christmas. The captain's wife, Hannah, and their girls, Hazel, Pearl, and little Elsie, were there every year helping. In summer, the captain's ship was a fishing schooner, but every winter it became the Christmas tree ship. Captain Herman loaded it with trees and sailed down Lake Michigan to the city of Chicago, where everyone knew him. Hannah and the girls watched and waved goodbye on a frosty morning. Friendly gulls stayed close as the Christmas tree ship made its way down the icy waters of the winter lake. Night fell. Snowflakes fell like stars falling all around. Night on the lake was the captain's favorite time. The quiet of the lake gave way to the hustle and bustle of the city as the ship made its way up the Chicago River to the Clark Street Bridge. Old friends and new customers greeted the captain and asked about Hannah and their little daughters. Captain Herman had many friends. Fathers and sons carried trees home through snow-covered streets. Warm lights in bright rooms beckoned everyone home. Spruce trees from far, far away stood gaily decorated in cozy houses all through the city. Back home in the quiet north, Hannah and Hazel and Pearl and Elsie watched the lake for the captain's return, as they did every year. The next year, it snowed and snowed as the captain cut trees for the city. He hugged his family goodbye before he sailed off into the stormy waters, loaded down with the trees. Heavy snow became a blizzard that raged on the land and the lake. Soon the Christmas tree ship was almost invisible as the snow and the wind howled around her. The captain and his crew struggled against the storm. Trees flew into the dark water. The little lifeboat came loose and disappeared into the whiteness. Tearing a page from the ship's log, Captain Herman wrote a message to his family. He sealed it in a bottle and threw it overboard. When the storm cleared, mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters waited on the Clark Street Bridge for the Christmas tree ship. The newspapers reported that the captain was missing. From sunrise to sunset, ships of all kinds searched and searched in the icy waters. Then 2 fishermen found spruce trees caught up in their nets, but the Christmas tree ship never arrived in the city. A bottle washed up on the Wisconsin shore a few days later. Inside was Captain Herman's message. It said, "My dear Hannah and my dear daughters, the storm is bad. We are struggling. I send my love to you, Herman." Hannah waited and waited for word from Herman, but that message never reached her. Hannah grieved for her husband. Hazel and Pearl and Elsie missed their dear father. But when the snows of November blew in again, Hannah knew what she must do. She hired a crew, and she guided the cutting of the trees. and Hazel and Pearl and Elsie helped their mother to carry on their father's work. A new schooner was loaded down with spruce trees. Hannah and the girls and the women from the town sailed with the crew down the lake to the city. All the way there, they wove garlands and wreaths and sang Christmas carols. From the Clark Street Bridge, the captain's old customers saw a ship in the distance, all aglow with candlelight and filled with trees. Word soon spread that the Christmas tree ship was on its way. Everyone was there to welcome Hannah and her girls as the new ship sailed into the river. As young and old alike joined in the singing, the city was filled with the sounds and lights of Christmas once again. And for many, many more years, the Christmas tree ship brought trees down the lake to the city, just in time for Christmas. You may be interested to know that Captain Herman's wife and his daughters continued to deliver Christmas trees to the city of Chicago for 22 more years until the railroads arrived in the area. In 1971, the Rouse Simmons was found in the bottom of Lake Michigan, not yet halfway to Chicago. All those years later, there were still Christmas trees on board. The attempt to bring the ship out of the water was halted, however, as the ship was just too fragile. However, some items were brought up from the ship, and the anchor and steering wheel are now in maritime museums in Michigan and Wisconsin. Captain Herman's daughter Pearl was still alive when the ship was found, and she was so grateful to know where the Rouse Simmons had sunk. You might also be interested to know that every year the Coast Guard honors Captain Herman at the end of each November by loading one of their ships with Christmas trees that they bring from northern Michigan down to the city of Chicago and give to families in need. You can see videos about this if you try Google. Thank you for joining me for this special story today. I wish you a most Merry Christmas.